Hello and welcome to this PHP tutorial. Today what we're going to be doing is teaching you how to build a guest book from start to finish. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing you obviously need to have is a database. So let's move straight over to PHP and let's make ourselves a table within our guest book database. I'm using WAMP at the moment on local host. So let's make a table inside our guest book database of guest book, and we need 7 fields. I'll go through them in a second. Okay, so we press go and we come here. The first thing that we need is an ID. Okay, and that's going to be an integer, and it's going to be auto increments, it's going to be primary, and the attribute is going to be unassigned. Next thing that we need is a name, and we're going to make it a varchar and length 255. Next thing we're going to make is an email, and the length 255. Website, varchar, length 255. Comments is going to be text, and then we need a date as well to say when the date it was entered, and then I want a time as well with an E on the time to show the time that it was entered as well. Okay, that's everything we need, so we can just basically save that. That bit's done, and what we'll do is we're going to enter in so I've just done it a minute ago just to test it. Everything's cool. Okay, thanks for all the good work you did, and from David. Okay, and time, date is 2010, yes, that's we'll put 00/12/30. Okay, so we've got one entry in, which means we can now extract data from the database to be able to test it. Okay, there's nothing on our index.php at the moment, so let's come over there and let's write some stuff, shall we? So let's give it a title. Just got a basic guest book on web design. Okay, and I'm going to use a little bit of styling just on this page. It's only a little bit. Okay, and text stroke CSS and some styles. So all I want to do is make a navbar 1. This is just for the sake of it looking nice. Width equals 1000 and height equals 25 pixels, and then I want a button 1 on the anchor tag. Width equals 100 pixels, height equals 25 pixels, and text align. This is not really hugely important for your one. You should be able to do this yourself. Text align center, and I need float left. So that's basically it. Okay, let's come down to the body. Let's make a H1 just to say guest book, and then we'll just put an HR tag, and then we'll say div class equals navbar, and then just come down to here and make div class equals button, and then put slow down, shall we? href equals index.php, and we've got view entries, and then we're just going to copy this, and we're going to say index.php and page equals post entry. Okay, so that's that pretty much done. Let's control S to save, come to here, refresh, and there we go. So we've got a guest book, view entries, and we've got post up here. So when we click on this, it's going to show in all the entries in the guest book. Click post, it's going to then have a contact form that we can fill in. Okay, next what we need to do is connect to the database, and then I'm going to cut this lesson short here and then do the rest in the second part. Okay, so what do we need to do next? We need to basically determine which button has been pressed first of all, so we need to open some PHP tags up, and let's just push this all the way down so we've got some room. Obviously the post entry was page equals post here. So what we're going to ask first of all is if the post, the get page is set, then we're going to echo out place a entry here, else we're going to echo out this is where the entries will be displayed. Okay, let's just quickly come over here just to show you, quickly refresh, and this is where the entries will be displayed without post, and post, place an entry here. Okay, that's nice and simple. So let's just get rid of this now. I think you got the idea. Okay, next we need to do is for the post and the entry into it, we don't need to connect to the database, but on here we do. So we're just going to make a quick connection, and let's move this out of the way. And what we need to do here is just say MySQL connect, and we're connecting on localhost, and then the user is root. And if there's any problems, we're just going to say couldn't connect, and then we know. Okay, next we need to do is select the database, so we'll just say MySQL select database, and the database name was guestbook. The table name was also guestbook, so don't get too confused. And next thing we're going to do is going to check to see whether there's any entries in there already, and make our query. So query equals MySQL query, and we're just going to say select everything from guestbook, which was the table guestbook, and order by ID, and we're going to do this descending. And next thing we need to do is make num rows, which is MySQL num rows, and we'll just put query in here. And finally we're just going to put here, make an if statement to test whether there's any rows in there at the moment at all. So if num of rows is more than 0, so basically if it's not empty, then it will display entries. Else we're going to echo out echo out echo out no entries in database. Okay, that's it, pretty much done. Let's control this to save. Let's make sure the connection's all okay. View entries, and we don't get any error messages up, and we don't get any anything saying there's no entries in there, because we have one entry in there already. Okay, that's this part of the tutorial done. The next part of the tutorial, I'm actually going to extract the information from the database. My name is David Thorne. You can contact me at www.thornewebdesign.de. Please subscribe to me, and I'll see you in the second part of this tutorial. Goodbye.